should have. You can have a copy of this if you want it.
Sure, that would be great.
But to summarize, because I wasn't recording, average agent shows up to the open house between 15 minutes and 5 minutes late, 15 minutes early to 5 minutes late. They show up, they put their sign, hopefully they put a couple signs out, directional signs. And then they turn on the lights, turn on the heat, and then they receive people coming to them. Half the people have agents, so you only really get 10 people, 20 people in a house. Maybe you're getting 8, 7, 6, whatever. And if they put the right information down, that's a challenge. And then you go call them, and half the people don't pick up the phone. If one or two people picks up, no, it doesn't generate any business. It keeps you busy and away from your family over the weekend for 2 or 3 hours, but it doesn't really generate the business. Um, the directional signs aren't, by the way, do you know what directional signs are for?
Uh, like towards the direction
Yeah.
to the home.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. And you're an intelligent person, and I know I am too. And we've been around for a little while now. We're adults. If there was an open house and you didn't have directional signs, okay, because it was a last minute thing. So I'm not beating you up because you didn't have directional signs, because people still found you, right?
Yeah.
It's nonsense to think that directional signs are to tell people find it. If there's an open house, they're finding it online. They look at the address. They know where they want to go. They know
Yeah.
where the power lines are. They know where the highways are. They know where the schools are. Today on the internet, everyone could find everything. They got it on Google Maps or Waze.
Yeah.
You put the address and they're going to find you. They don't need directional signs. Let's face it, right? Directional signs are a marketing tool. When I say properly marketed a listing, right? Remember you asked me the original question. When you said, Eric, expand on that. What does it mean properly marketed a listing generates more business? Well, here's how I do my open houses on my team. If like next weekend, we know we have 2 open houses. So agents start today, Monday. What are they doing? Jaspreet's doing the open house on Saturday from 12 to 2. Tonight, from 5 to 7, or from 6 to 7, or 6 to 8, whatever it is, he's on the phones, circle prospecting that neighborhood. What is he looking for? What do you think we're looking for?
For interested like buyers or interested sellers.
Well, yes. So we could use one of two scripts. Hey, Jaspreet, I'm calling. It says, hey, Jaspreet, this is Eric Melnikoff, Keller Williams Realty. Hey, I'm just calling because we just listed 63 Hemlock Road in Little Falls, right around the corner from you. The reason I'm calling neighbors is, how long you been in town? Oh, 2 years, 5 years, 7 years. Do you love to? Yeah, yeah, we like it here. Yeah, so we're calling neighbors because we know that if you love it here, maybe you might know friends, family, or someone at work who might also love to live here. So I'm just trying to find out, who do you know that might want to live in town? That's one. If you, Keller Williams, have been with Keller Williams for a little while now, what you focus on expands. So if you look for buyers, you're probably going to find some buyers. What I like the script is, hey, ring, ring, ring. Hey, Jaspreet. Hey, it's Eric Melnikoff, Keller Williams. Just want to let you know I'm calling all the neighbors. Maybe you can help me. Okay. They're like, oh, what's going on? Right.
Yeah.
We just listed 63 Hemlock Road, not too far, 2 streets over, in town. It's a little 4 bed, 2 bath, all brick split level. It went on the market for now. Your list, do you own a home? Do you own your home or do you rent?
No, I rent.
Okay. Homeowners are listening. They want to know about their neighbor's home. They're curious because that property affects the value of their property.
Yeah.
So you immediately have their attention. And I'm calling and tell them the price. I'm calling because we know when one home goes on the market, usually 2 or 3 in the neighborhood will soon go on the market soon thereafter. So I'm curious, when do you plan on selling? Straightforward, direct. I'm looking for sellers. No, I'm not looking to go anywhere. I mean, my kid that graduates next June, maybe then we're gonna maybe go down to Florida or Georgia or South Carolina, whatever. You're like, oh, all right, in June. Okay, great. Where's your kid going to college? Oh, he's going, blah, 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 or maybe graduates, like whatever the conversation is.
Yeah.
My job as a realtor, as my partner Ben Kinney reminded me today on the call, and 4 other 100 of us, our job as realtors is to set an appointment every day. that doesn't happen by, with all due respect, the way you hosted that open house. You go to the open house, you're just waiting.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I get a good buyer, you know. All right. So Monday I call, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, leading up to the open house. All week long, I'm spending 30, 60 minutes a night or a day calling the neighborhood. Do you think I have a little bit better chance of connecting with home sellers in the area? My method, by doing that for, over the course of 5 days, maybe 4 to 5 or 6 hours, a little here, a little, every day, 30, 40 minutes a day? Do I have a little bit better chance of maybe making one or two connections every day? And out of those 5 days, 10 or 12 conversations, or even 15 or 20 conversations, and out of those 20 conversations, I meet all I need is one or two a week. One or two sellers who say, yeah, we're either moving in 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. Let's say I had 20 conversations during the week. When I do my open house on the day of, now if it's nice weather, I'm probably going to get there 2 hours, 3 hours early. If I'm having one from 2 to 4, I'll get there at 11:30. I'll go door knock for an hour, and then get to my open house in like 40 minutes early. We actually have a model around this, and it tells you an open house you'll invest X amount of hours a week to do your open house. It's not just the 2 hours; it might be 6 hours, 4 hours of prospecting, 2 hours at the open house, an hour of follow up. We also have the data, the technology rather, that when you come to my open house, okay, let me back up. So I get to the open house at least 40 minutes early. It's not because I need to turn the light. Yes, we're going to turn the lights on, obviously. In today's environment, in most markets, buyers are getting there 20 minutes early. They're waiting. They want to get there. They're circling the neighborhood. If I'm there early, do I have a problem getting the guy in 20 minutes early? I might make him wait 10 minutes, right? Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? If you just give me 10 minutes, I just want to turn the lights on everything. I'll come right back out. I'd love to get you in early. Are you working with an agent? We're not. Perfect. Give me a few minutes. What I'm also doing is I'm putting out signs. I used to actually, if I go off topic for a second, when I started in the business in Hoboken, I had the job for my brokerage where I would drive into Hoboken we did open houses, public open houses, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I would go in and take 20 or 40 signs, and we would put a sign on every corner up and down Washington Street in Hoboken. And it would have a little piece of paper that showed all our open houses, because we had like 30, 40 agents having open houses every weekend. So Hoboken's that's the culture in Hoboken. There'd be 4 or 5 brokerage signs on every corner, and we're all vying for the attention. So anyway, so I know about so you put out signs not for the buyers to come to us. You put out signs so that the neighboring homeowners see that's how aggressive you are. You put out the signs to impress upon them, hey, this Jaspreet puts out like a dozen signs. He put out a dozen signs for that open house. They like that. They silently say to themselves, oh, that's really crazy, because everyone else puts out 1 or 2 signs, or 4 or 5, So it should always be at least half a dozen to 10 signs. Then when you get to the open house, you get there early because you're hoping people are waiting, number one. In many cases, they are. And I'll tell you this right now, at my open house this weekend, I'll have a line out the door 20 minutes before you open it. We'll have 30 people waiting online because
Wow.
the way we market the home. During the open house, when I get there, I don't sign them on a piece of paper because they might give you a fake phone number just to get in. They might not put their email in, and what are you going to do? Hey, can you get back here? You didn't give me no. There's people around. You're not gonna. You don't even have the. You
Yeah,
don't.
you don't even have that process going on.
Right. So what I do is we have a QR code. I was looking for the one he just sent me for next weekend, and we get the QR code. Hold on. QR code. He sent that to me today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Now, It could be on the agent's phone. It could be on a tablet. And we say, hey, hi, welcome to 63 Hem. See, this is 63 Hemlock. I'm not, this is actual, it's a real thing, right? 63 Hemlock. And they'll say, welcome to 63 Hemlock. There's a little sign that says, hey, due to security purposes, our seller requests that everyone must register. We're only letting one family in at a time. If it's a bigger house, we'll let two in, but this 63 Hemlock's not a big house. Crowd control. We need to make sure we understand who's who. Number one. Number two, if people are willing to wait online, that means they're serious.
Yeah.
And they may get a little annoyed, but I'm okay with that. I'm creating demand,
Yeah.
holding them back. I'm forcefully creating a line. And if people are online, do you get curious? Hey, what's everyone online?
Yeah. What's going on there?
Yeah.
What's the crowd was? Yeah.
I'm creating the buzz.
Yeah.
I say, listen, so here's the deal. I know it's kind of cold out, a little windy. So what I'm going to ask you to do is scan the QR code. When they scan it, you want to try to scan this for me yourself? I don't know if it will work because we're on.
Yeah. Let me see.
Oh, one second.
Yes, it shows m1agents.com.
So you got to register for the open house, right? So what I'm going to tell you is Jaspreet. Oh, hi, Jaspreet. Oh, Jaspreet. Hey, do me a favor. So what I'm going to ask you is this. I don't want you waiting out in the cold. Register the open house. As soon as I get the text message that you registered, which I'll get in 2 seconds, go sit in your car. I will text you when it's your turn to come into the open house.
Amazing.
Now I got their real phone number.
Yeah.
Do you have any flyers? I don't have flyers. What's the best email to send it to?
You can send me on my real estate email. It's a
No. This is what I'm telling people when they call me and say, hey, when they come to my
okay.
I don't put flyers out. I don't put flyers out.
Understood. That's just
I'm going to pay Keller Williams 10 cents to print out a flyer. Who's making money here, me or Keller Williams? With all
I understand what you're saying. What's your point?
So I don't print out flyers.
Yeah.
I just say, hey, we just ran out of flyers.
Exactly. I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I look at my phone, I say, what's your email? I'm going to go ahead and send you the digital flyers with floor plans. And then I don't look at them. I look at my phone. Because I'm assuming they're going to give me their email.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then they don't, but they usually will.
Yeah.
So
you just create that situation where they are in a place they have to they're gonna give the email.
So what happens, Jaspreet, is so far, do you think my open house would be more effective if you were working my model than your model?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we have specific models and processes that work. And so, I was telling you that Ben, our partner, my founding partner, he's one of the founders of Place, was sharing with us operators, like, here are the models that you may or may not be running with your team. And what he was asking was other operators who clearly use the models, whoever, what do you feel that benefits your team? And they would go in 1,000 dial a day. Like they used to do a thing where you can't even come on my team until you do 1,000 dial a day. I give you the tools, we'll let you do it. And if you do it, then you can come on my team. The reason we do that is not because I want you down on 1,000 dials. If you do 800 dials a day, and you're like, wow, I did 800 dials in one day. Did you ever dial 800 dials in a day? Did you ever dial 200 dials in a day?
Oh.
Right. I don't want to even ask you if you ever dialed 50 in one day. All right. But what happens is, once you do 800, if I say, look, the model to make 150 or 200,000 years, you need to dial 125 dials a day. All of a sudden, 125 is easy because you already did 800.
Yeah.
It's like the Roger Bannister, the guy who ran the 4-minute mile or 6, whatever it was. There's a story about if you Google Roger Bannister, I think his name was, I think it was a 7-minute mile or 6-minute mile. Like for decades, back in the 50s, they thought the mile could only be run in like 7, 8 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this one guy came along and ran like a mile that would like notably quicker. Like, it was 10 minutes, and all of a sudden this guy ran it in 6 minutes. Like, no one could ever break 10 minutes. He did it to 6 minutes. Do you realize after he did the 6 minute mile, everyone was doing 5.5? Climbing Mount Everest. People would die
Yeah.
all the time trying to climb Mount Everest. But as soon as one guy hit to the top of Mount Everest, now everyone's going to Mount Everest.
Yeah.
So the idea is that it shows, A, you have grit, that you're willing to do the work. Number two, it shows you that you could do it. And then when we look at our numbers, because we want to have very specific conversations about what gets things done, like what's going to get me to help Jaspreet leave the job he really wants to leave. That's it. Like, that's my goal. And it's not hiring you, it's not helping you make, like, yeah, ultimately it's got to make money, but what are the things that I could do for you to give you an unfair advantage against the competition in the industry to help you basically write your own ticket, and it's teaching you better ways with better systems, better tools, and very good models. So anyway, that is just one little example. The technology we have is by and far some of the most amazing technology. Like, I'm doing something out of character. I normally go through a slide deck and show you about plays, but let me learn a little bit more about you. Like, I know I probably asked this, but I don't have my notes in front of me, and if it's okay, I'd like to take notes, right? Um, why'd I know you told me you wanted to get into real estate to kind of write your own ticket almost, right? Like
Yeah.
to to be not, I don't want to say be your own boss, that's a way of saying it, but really
Yeah.
to basically not rely on anyone else to make you successful. What else? What other? Like, what's important to you? Let me ask you this. Who are the most important people in your world?
In my world, my
Yeah, in
family,
your life. Who?
my wife.
Your wife.
Yeah.
What's your wife's name, if you don't mind me asking?
Kristen.
Kristen. And how long you been married?
I've been 4 years.
Okay. Still in the honeymoon phase, huh? Um, and I just want to get a better piece of paper. Anyone else involved in the family? Kids?
My no kids, just like me and my wife.
Who else? Who's the next? I don't want to ask. So who are the three top most important people in your life?
My wife, my mom, dad.
Nice. Mom and dad live locally?
No, they live in back in India.
Nice. You get to see them. They come here, you go there.
Yeah, we go there like once in a year.
Okay. Would you like to go more often?
Yeah.
Okay. You say you're renting?
Yes.
You guys plans to buy a house anytime?
We're not sure yet, like where we're gonna end up, but like in which spot. So we are still in like looking, but we're not sure we're gonna like staying in the long term, like in this area or down there or
Where are
somewhere.
you again? You're in
Rutherford, New Jersey.
Rutherford.
Yeah.
So what are the options of where what are the two or three towns you might want to settle in if you were to settle?
Uh, if we have to settle in New Jersey, I really like the Montclair.
Oh, if you have to settle in New Jersey, you don't have to do anything. Where
Yeah.
would you go? What other states?
Uh, we like other states, like we like the West Coast also, the California.
Oh, you need a lot of money for California, yo.
That's why I want to be a good agent.
Wow, California. My friend just moved there. It's crazy. Gas is like $7 a gallon.
Yeah, but I think like their cars are really good. Like they give really good mileage also. That's what I believe. Like we went there and we just observe a little thing.
Okay. So Montclair, you like Montclair if you were to stay in Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, we talked about why real estate. You want to create your own destiny.
Yeah.
Did you use that term? I don't know if you use
No,
that.
I didn't use the term destiny. I just use the term like where I can. I know that like I'm the responsible for like where I want to go. Like I don't have to depend on if I want want to go extra mile, I know I can go in that.
Yep.
That's what I mean.
What's your full-time job right now?
I'm a warehouse manager.
Health benefits?
Uh, I get from my wife's job.
What does she do?
She's a business data analyst.
Okay. Um, so back to the real estate. You've been in real estate how long?
I started in 2023.
Okay. And in 2023, um, how how has it been? Like in the time, were you always with Keller Williams?
Yeah.
Um, how many deals do you think you did in the last 12 months? You told me one.
I closed last year in July, and I write down two contracts. So the deal didn't went through. Uh, they got a lot of offers, so still in process with them.
So one deal last year.
Yeah.
Okay. And any deals before that?
No, I was not fully active then.
Okay.
I just
Fair enough.
started. I don't know that. So
Okay. Um, do you know how much business you would need to do in order to leave your job? Like,
I'm assuming at least like 7 to 10 transactions with the sellers.
so if you were doing 7 to 10 transactions a year, do you know what your average commission would be on per transaction right now?
I think I'm assuming like average if average will be like $8 to $10,000.
Okay, 8 to 10 grand. Um, and you're basing that on like the average sales price in our market
Yeah.
and then commission. How much commission did you make on that deal? Two
Uh,
percent? Was it higher? Was it low? You know,
it's a little higher,
was that
but
a listing
like
or a buyer deal?
it's a buyer deal.
They were paying more than 2%.
Uh, no, they paid actually 2%,
Yep.
but the original was like 11 something, so net was like 8,000 something.
Give me one. So 2%. That's another thing on the buyer side. Sometimes you don't predict. You can't dictate your commission as much as you could on the listing side.
Yeah.
When I list a property, I get 6% and I pay out 2%. On the high side, I pay out 2.5, but I'm still making 3.5. Or in many cases, like a couple deals, I'm making 4%. You know, so if you sell my listing, you're going to get 2%, and I'm going to get twice as much on the same listing, and I do less work. Um, but I, but I got off target here. That's not the reason why we're having it. So anyway, um, yeah. So normally, what I do is I would go through the slide deck, and I could certainly go through that briefly before we jump off this call. I got about another 15 minutes. I got to get to another call, but I got till 6:45, so 20 minutes. Um, but I thought it would be interesting to take a second and show you two quick things about some of the technology and the systems and the models that we have that might I may have went over this with you. So um, I'm going to share my screen if that's okay. So this is like our Brivity dialer, right? I'm sorry.
Yes.
This is our CRM, Brivity.
Okay.
Okay, and here this is somebody who's been in my database for since 2021, right?
Okay.
He went into my database because it was a lead, a referral lead for assisted living, and then we sat with him. We were going to hire him, but he decided he's not ready to sell. So he went in my database. By the way, I have in the database, see this number here?
Wow. 44,000 people.
Right. And I'm going to be completely transparent. There's not 44,000 leads in there. There's maybe only like eight or 9,000 leads. There's a lot of contacts that could become leads later, but they're not. So there's only like 8 or 10,000 leads. Um, so what happened? Back in 2022, we did a presentation and he didn't sign because he decided he wasn't really ready. So I put him on a market report. See, this is market report.
Yeah.
And then for the next couple of years, market reports go out to him. And then I call him every so often, right? And it shows me here every market report he looked at. Oh, so here I could see he looked at,
Every market report.
does it tell me? It usually tells me. Okay, but last one he viewed was 10 days ago. He gets him, 86 right here.
Yeah.
He looked at, so, so here's the thing. I'm a human being. I'm an agent. I'm a good agent, but I'm not God. And
Yeah.
I can't do everything. And while I might have him tagged as a hot lead, he really wasn't a hot lead because he wasn't ready to do anything. So I had to go focus on leads that are more ready and put them on a market report. So with the introduction of AI in the database, what happens is AI typically will engage, at a certain point. I'm not going to go through everything here, but will engage and send messages out. A lot of times this isn't me. This is actually AI doing it for me, making it look like it's Eric Melnick, like and saying, hey, Gene, let's just see. Yeah, here, Gabby, active drip. Let's see. Here, this was not me. That's not the way I talk, right? Oh wow. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. So I called him in June of 2025. Hold on. Here. So here, June 16th, Gabby says, hey, Gabby here with Eric and the Melnikoff Real Estate Experience. If you want to stop texts, just hit reply stop, right? So compliance.
Yes.
He didn't do that. He engaged. So Gabby knows she can still text. I call, hey, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I got on the phone, notes, happy to hear from me. Jump on a call next month. Gabby's still texting. Hope your summer went well, considering any updates or changes to the property. Gabby, I don't know you, but we should probably talk at the end of the month. Hi to Eric. Okay. That's his personality. He doesn't know who that is. He's even admitting, I don't even know who you are. Thanks for the reply, Gene. I'll let Eric know. This is a computer doing this for me. So while you're doing other things, our AI is in your database stirring the pot, nurturing the lead. Look at this. Gene, I'll let Eric know anything specific you'd like us to prepare or discuss when we connect later this month. Possibly the house sale. Absolutely, we could focus on that. Blah, 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 blah. I'll spare you the back and forth. But again, this is one of the technologies, right? All right. So eventually I just listed his house. for 700 and so anyway, this is him. I think this is him. Yeah, this is him commenting on the valuation. The valuation, is 905. Oh God, that's not going to help him. Whatever. Anyway, long story short, that's one bit of technology. So I'll be cooking eggs on the weekend, and I'll get a call from Gabby. My computer call. I might have told you this story because it happens a lot. Hello. Hey, this is Gabby, your AI assistant. Gene is thinking of selling next month. Putting a home on the market. Now would be the right time to call Gene. Give him a call right now. Boom, 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 and I do it. Here's another technology. I don't know. So if you listen to the call, and I really encourage you to listen to that call I emailed you, he'll talk about practicing and becoming a better agent. So we have what we call AI call coaching. For years, when I started taking those 26 listings in 6 weeks and then went on to do really great things, I had an agent like yourself who I practiced with every day, a different agent every day. So one agent one day, the next 5 days a week. Did it like clockwork. Why? Because this is my tool. If you're a basketball player, you're going to practice basketball for 2 hours a day. If you're a bodybuilder, you're going to exercise 2 hours a day. If you're a singer, you're going to sing chords. If you're a guitarist, you're going to, any endeavor. If you're a race car driver, you're probably racing a lot. I'm a salesperson, so I better practice my tongue. That's my tool, right? So I'm going to give you 2 minutes of a 5-minute call. So who do I want to call? I want to call sellers. What seller do I want to call? Let's call for sale by owners, right? Because we've been told those are good calls. Let me know if you could hear this.
Yes.
Okay.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
How can I help you this evening?
Oh, thank you. Great. This is Eric Melnikoff with the Keller Williams Realty, the Melnikoff Real Estate Experience. I'm calling the for sale by owners in my market because, quite frankly, we know that most for sale by owners, if they can't sell it on their own, will hire an agent. And I was just curious, what are your plans if you can't sell this on your own?
I haven't really thought that far ahead. I'm just testing the market right now to see if I can save on commission.
Great. So you haven't really thought it out and you're looking to save the commission. That makes a lot of sense. And since most sellers do give it between 4 to 6 weeks before they even consider shifting gears, how much time do you think you might test the market before you have a conversation with an agent like myself?
I'm not sure. Maybe give it a month or two.
Oh,
I'm really not in a hurry.
cool. A month or two. You're right in line with what most people do. Look, I really appreciate it. You sound determined to test the market and sell it your own, and I hope you do. I'm just curious, when you sell this one, where do you plan on going next?
I am not comfortable sharing that information right now.
I understand. I'm just a stranger. You don't know me. I probably would feel the same exact way. Um, I'm just curious, other than commission, saving that commission, why did you decide to try it on your own rather than hire an agent?
I want to handle all the marketing myself.
Wow. Okay. So you want to do all the marketing, you want to do all the heavy lifting yourself. It's been on the market for about a week and a half now. How's it been? Have you had a lot of appointments, a lot of showings, any offers?
It's been okay. A few lookers, but no solid offers yet.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, keep the faith. I'm sure things will turn around. Um, last question, Grady. Are you cooperating with agents who are working with buyers? In other words, if we had a buyer interested in a house, are you offering a commission to the buyer's agent as an incentive?
I hadn't considered it. I was hoping to avoid paying any commission at all.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I know a lot of not paying a commission is definitely going to save you money. I know a lot of buyers primarily work with buyers agents. So at this point, what you're saying is you're not willing to cooperate with buyer's agents who are working with the buyer. You're just looking for buyers who want to come directly without their agent.
That's right. I'm trying to avoid paying any commissions.
Got it, got it. But you're thinking maybe in a month or so you might be open or not entirely opposed to a conversation about shifting gears, if of course you don't sell it, and I hope you do.
Potentially. Depends on how things go.
Perfect. May I make a suggestion?
I'm listening.
Sure. I have a tool. I've been doing this for a couple decades now, and it's called the For Sale by Owner Six Seller Checklist. Um, the For Sale by Owner Sellers Success Checklist is basically the step by step, the plays that we run out of our playbook in order to sell our properties on an average of 18 days and an average of 111% of asking price. Um, I send this to a lot of sellers like yourself who aren't ready to talk to an agent for one of two reasons. Number one, or for two reasons rather. Number one, a lot of sellers love this information and they could rip a few plays out of our playbook. And who knows, maybe you can sell it without ever hiring an agent. Number two, we know that at some point, if you can't sell it on your own and you consider talking to an agent, I'm hoping that you say, hey, I remember that guy Eric back, 5 weeks ago. He was very helpful in giving us this. He tried to share his information with us. Let's go ahead and interview him for the job. So it's just goodwill, and it's who knows, maybe you could sell the house on your own. Would you be opposed to me emailing that to you so you have that? There's no obligation, by the way.
I'm generally not a fan of unsolicited emails. What exactly is in this checklist?
Oh, that's why I'm asking you it because I'm not. Yeah. So well, what's in it is our 42-point action plan on how we sell our homes. So it goes down the line of all of the important things, and a lot of people have been told, like you, who are selling by owner, they use it as a checklist just to see if they've got any of the things missing or what they can do on our checklist that might help them sell their home. And again, there's no obligation. It doesn't cost anything. You don't owe me anything for it. It's just my way of kind of introducing myself to you and hopefully helping you sell it on your own. Does that make sense?
I suppose that's all right.
Okay, where would I email that to? What's the best email?
I'd rather not share my email at this stage.
Oh, okay. Well, then why don't I do this? Since you're not interested in that checklist, what I could do is if you're not entirely opposed to it, just follow up in a few weeks to see how things are going. Would that be okay?
I suppose that's fine.
Perfect.
I don't see the harm in that.
Perfect. My name's Eric Melnikoff. If you have any questions, here's my phone number, 1234567, and I'll talk to you in a few weeks. All right, so I didn't want to waste any more time trying to really beat him up and fight for the appointment. I could have yeah, he's not cooperating with buyers. A lot of people are cooperating with buyers agents. But I wanted to really show you. So what happens now? I have a recording of my call.
Good evening.
Okay. I have a transcript of my call. I have priority improvements, things that I can improve upon.
Well, the feedback.
Immediate feedback. The computer says, here's where you were strong. Here's where you were weak. If I'm purposeful and deliberate of building a big business, and I am, I do these every day. Like here, I got, how many of these I got in the last? I got 51 of these done in, I think the last 10 weeks. I do about one a day, two a day sometimes, but one a day. And again, that was in advance. I can go intermediate or beginner, and there's different, there's buyers. So, open house. Where's the open house? Serious shopper. We have scripts that help you build your business when you're at an open house. We have scripts that help you build your business if you're calling the neighborhoods. And I don't know about you, but I believe that I shouldn't be left to kind of figure it out and chance it. And there's a specific reason why, and I'll take, what do I got? Yeah, I got 4 more minutes. Let me just make sure. I'm sure you got to go too. So, yep, yep. They're running 10 minutes behind. Um, so let me just open this up and I'll run through some of these real quick. Do you have any questions while I'm pulling this out?
I think I really like the model you're using. Like it provides you all the details, and the AI integration is really helping. Like it's actually working for you,
It is.
and it makes you better also.
Our company place is, we have our vision, our missions, our values. You've been at Keller Williams. They have mission, vision, values. Ben Kinney and Chris Suarez, by the way, the co-founders, they are Keller Williams guys. They are in Gary Keller. They were. They have since opted out. They were in Gary's original top 100 15 years ago. And when they partnered, Ben Kinney was doing about 10 million in commissions, and Chris Suarez was doing about 6 million in commissions. They had multiple teams in multiple states, and together they built this company called Place. It's about you, your dreams, your mission, your questions, your timeline, your career. We know that. We'll talk about goals if we get into it deeper. For me, it's all about goals. Look, I always ask people, if we were sitting here, if we partnered up today and we were sitting here a year from now, reviewing the year in advance, how much money would you have had to make in order to look at me and say, Eric, this was one of the best decisions I ever made?
I would say like uh, I would say like 100K.
Okay, 100K. Um, I'm not going to go over this too deep because there's not a lot of history in your production, right? There's a deal.
Yeah.
So we know it's simple. Boom, one deal. So we'll move on, right? There's a couple reasons, four main reasons why um, you might want to consider joining our team and why a lot of people do, right? The first is low to no expenses. We cover everything. Technology. I don't know if you're even using the, what is it called from Keller Williams?
Command.
Command. Are you using Command?
I put the like all my database in there and put the smart plans what I've been like teached.
Yeah. If you're, I did that for years, not with just, I did it with Command, I did it with other, and if you're not, utilizing it, then it's just an expensive phone book. Of course, it's free in Command, but you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Our technology, if you were a solo agent and were serious about your business, it might cost you $600 a month, just for you, and then it grows as your team grows. We cover everything there, transaction management. So you don't do any of your transactions. You don't do any of your paperwork. We do it all for you. If there's a dialer, we have dialers, so forth. Marketing, advertising, signage, listing, everything. Photography, when you get a listing, all these things that actually a lot of people shy away from listings because they know, I spent $700-800 on my last photography with this, that, and the other thing. So it's scary if you don't know you're going to sell a property to lay out $700 on marketing and photography, right? We pay for it all. Business systems, signage, technology, training and coaching, lead generation, salaries of our staff. One of the things I've heard, I've been doing this for a long time. I consult with a lot of agents. One of the things I've heard for years is that agent who's doing like 150,000 a year and they feel, hey, we're ready to put an assistant on. But what happens is you're not going to get anyone good for $10 an hour, even $20 an hour. And you put them on part-time a lot of times what happens is people will hire like the lowest producer in the office to be their assistant. And I'm like, wait, you're hiring someone who can't even get out of their own way to manage your business? So in order to in order to hire someone, you usually got to hire someone, and let's say it costs you 40,000 a year, which is nothing, right? If you're making 120, you're giving up a third of your business for someone to do your paperwork. And that's what prevents people from doing that. And they're caught. They're caught. A lot of times they hit a ceiling. Well, there's a reason why agent, I probably mentioned him over the phone, did his first full year did 135,000, his second year did 175,000, his third year did 186,000 in his pocket commission. And that's after splitting his business with me because we took care of everything. It says here that the average agent with 10 years will do 10 to 12 deals a year. That's actually generous. The average with the place model, and I'm sure you could start to see that, right? That the average agent will do between 24 and 36 deals first year. The second reason is they do more business, right? We just went over it. The third year is the lead generation model. The third reason. This is the lead generation model. You're responsible for this side of the transaction, or this side of the pie, the 1 to 2 deals a month. And when you follow the models, especially if you engage in new agent launch, by the end of that process, you should have at least 1 deal in your pipeline, if not 2. And if you're showing up to power ups, if you're practicing every day, if you're showing up to our call nights, we have it once a month. If you're showing up to prospecting day or what we call inventory creation day, and you're engaged in our models, I will unlock our side of the model of this pie. And between the two, you should do 2 to 4 deals every month. It's really up to you, like you said before. We have the models to do it. Have more time. When we do all the paperwork, when we take care of all this stuff and give you tools and processes to make you more efficient, it's really incredible. I've been here for a long time. I've been doing this for a while. When you got 3, 4, 5, 6 months in a row where you're making 10, 15, 20, $30,000 a month. I've had agents on the team making 25,000 a month, 2, 3 months in a row. A bad month, they make $5,000, and it's, if you just do what we suggest you do, you usually get the results. And then, of course, opportunity. I'm not going to really stop here. We have a leverage model which allows an agent, once they're doing, 2 deals a month, they can hire a showing assistant. We show you the program to do that. Showing assistant will help you do 3 or 4 deals a month. And when you start to do, 3 or 4 deals a month, and you start to hit into 5 deals, you're going to then hire an admin. We'll pay for half of that admin. But by now you're making $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
And now it makes sense to hire a $50,000 a year person. It's only costing you 25.
Yeah.
We're partners. And I can go on and on and on with that. And then, of course, there's the opportunity model. And I'll send you this book. You could review this on your own. As you grow your business, it unlocks more. We're a company that's going public. So Place is a pre-IPO company. We have our ticker symbol. It's PLAC, I think. I should know that, right? But I actually have a shirt. I actually have the shirt here. It's on my couch. PLAC? Yeah, PLAC. No, PLCE, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
We have our trust me, we have our ticker symbol. I don't know it off the top of my head. But, we are the only people who could buy stock. I have nearly 40,000 shares of stock. That Goldman Sachs, they paid $3.41 a share 3.5 years ago. They're expecting it to more than 10x, 10 to 20x. We get it for $2.73 a share. And then Place at, when you go out, let's say you make a $10,000 commission. You can spend, I think, 10% or $1,000, you can buy $1,000 worth of stock. Place will automatically match 20%. So it automatically gives you $1,200 worth of stock. That stock should be worth no less than $12,000 when we go public in a year and a half. Probably more than that, a lot more. When Goldman invested $100 million, valuing us at $1 billion. We had 80 teams and we're doing $40 million in revenue. Today we have 450 plus teams. We do almost 700 million in revenue. We own mortgage, we own title, we own insurance, we own all these companies. So that's who Place is. That's what we do. We're very, very deliberate about taking your career, and as long as the agent's willing to show up and do the work. For me, it's a race to getting you out of that day, that 9 to 5 job, right? And the way we do that, we could talk about next time. What questions do you have for me before we hang up?
I want to know like what's a Keller Williams like? How does that work with the? Because when I open their website, it's Keller Williams Prosperity. What is that has to do with this?
That's my brokerage.
Okay,
Yeah.
and the
So
place is the
Place is my team.
okay. Place is your team.
My team is the Melnikoff Real Estate Experience,
Okay,
powered by Place
okay,
at Keller Williams Realty.
understood.
So,
Just to be like have a full picture of this.
yep. So if you said, "Oh, I want to partner with you," you'd be partnering on my team. So you'd be joining the Melnikoff Real Estate Experience, powered by Place, at Keller Williams Realty at Prosperity.
Okay, and you said like you don't charge. It's a partnership. You don't charge monthly fees or anything, right?
No, only what cap. So actually, your fees would go down, right?
Okay,
Because I think your cap is 21. What's your cap over there?
16,
Is that a full cap or a half cap?
full cap.
16. It would go down to like I think 11.
Okay.
And your fees are what, 125 a month or something like that? Or
Okay.
I'll
The
put it-
at Keller Williams,
yeah.
it's a $100, and I don't pay E&O. They pay that.
It's probably wrapped into your $100 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, so that too would go down maybe by $5 or $10 because you're on a team now. Yeah, your caps are usually, our caps are a little bit higher at Prosperity, but
Okay.
you pay half a cap.
Okay. And how much you guys charge monthly?
At Prosperity, I think it's the same, but again, because you're on a team, you
Yeah.
pay for technology, so you save like $20 a month, $30 a month, something like that. So your fees, your Keller Williams monthly fee would go down a little bit
Okay.
by partnering with me.
Okay. And how does that like the split works?
We split it 50-50.
Okay.
We split it 50-50. So, in other words, so let's just say we did a $10,000 commission.
Okay.
You get 5, I get 5. The difference is you have 0 expenses. So if the average listing, hey, I'm finishing my call in 5 minutes. Let me call you right back. All right, that's her. I'll be off. So, look at it this way. Let's say you're doing 2 to 3 deals a month, and you're doing $25,000 a month. Let's make it 30 so I can do the math easy.
Yeah.
You're making 15. I'm making 15.
Okay.
Right. So, out of your 15, all you pay is your Keller Williams fees. And I pay everything else. Remember, I shared with you like the fees, right? So if I go back over here, I pay I pay everything.
Okay.
I pay for lockboxes, photography. You pay no to run your. Now, someone who's doing 2 or 3 deals a month, you don't know this, and I say it with all due respect because you're not doing 2, 3 deals a month.
Yeah.
But in order to do 2, 3 deals a month, after you pay Keller Williams your 20% or whatever they take out of your commission, right? You're typically spending another 30 to 40%, if not 50%, on all these expenses,
Yeah.
right?
Fair enough.
So it's just built into the partnership. So in other words, if at the end of the month you do 2 deals, you made 10,000, I made 10,000. Jasmine did 2 deals, she made 10,000, I made 10,000, or the team brings it in. I do 2 deals, I make 10,000, the team gets 10,000. Ameni did 1 deal, and at the end of the day, you got your commission, you walk away, and all these other commissions, I have to then spend the monthly. Cost us like 15,000, 20,000 a month just to run the team.
Yeah.
So, you get to grow your team, your business rather, without having to grow your expenses. One of my friends said it to me real simply. My sister-in-law. If you're just looking to do 5, 6 deals a year, don't join a team. In fact, leave Keller Williams and go to like one of these models that only charges like $500 a deal. If you're looking to do it as a side hustle, you're not looking to go full time, because it's too expensive to join a team. There's no value.
Yeah.
You're looking to build a business. Half of 35 deals is a lot better than 100% of 1 deal.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Or 3 deals, or 5 deals, right? Or 10 deals. You said, hey, if I could do 7 to 10 deals, that would work, because I would make, 75, 80,000 a year, maybe a close to
Yeah.
100. So you wouldn't, because at that point you'd have more expenses. You'd have to start to spend some more money, because now you're doing deals.
Yeah.
With us, you could do 30 deals if you do the work. But we would take off your plate all that minutia, all that stuff that is required in order to do 30 deals. You wouldn't do it. So you'd have free time to either spend it with your family or do more deals.
Yeah.
What other questions?
I think like I basically these were the main question to like know the numbers, but I think like you're gonna send me the brochure. Just wanna like a look at into that. Then then I'll keep you in touch. Then I'll keep you posted that.
Perfect. Hey, Jasper, I really appreciate you spending some time with me. It was good.
Thank you. I really appreciate that too, Eric.
My pleasure, man. I'll email that to you now.
Perfect. Then we'll keep in touch from that.
You got it. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks. Bye.